What is going on, YouTube, and welcome back to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. And today we are going to be predicting the Colts and the Titans game. First, we're going to go through the whole injury reports, and then we're going to get into the actual game, predicting the game, talking about the first two games for these two teams, and then really get into the predictions. So let's get right into it. So the first player listed on the Titans' final report is Jam Brown. He had a hamstring, did not practice, limited practice, and then he came to a full on Friday, so he's going to play. But Dupree is questionable, did not practice on Friday nor Wednesday, but he was limited on Thursday. Caleb Farley is out. Anthony Frisker is out. Running back Derrick Henry, he's good. Ben Jones, good. Roger Saffold, good. A.J. Brown, good. Derek Robertson, he is out. Taylor Lewan is good. Ty Sombrello is out. Chris Jackson is good. So those were all of them for the Titans. And then you go over to the Colts. So they have linebacker Jordan Glasgow out. They have tackle Braden Smith out, and then they have quarterback Carson Wentz questionable. The rest of the guys in Zach Pascal, he cleared up his illness throughout the rest of the week. He will be playing. Xavier Rhodes is coming back from the calf, which is huge, especially versus A.J. Brown or Julio, whoever it's going to be. Then you have Paris Campbell should be back this week. Julian Blackmon should be fine. He had a shoulder thing, just a little shoulder nick up, but he logged full practices all week. Then you have Jack Doyle, he rested. Fisher rested. Leonard, he did not practice Wednesday. He was limited participant Friday, but he will play. TJ Carey nor Quentin Nelson practice on Friday, but it looks like they're both going to play, so they'll be fine. So some of the biggest injuries on both of these reports, we'll start with the Titans, is Bud Dupree is questionable. That's huge. If he doesn't play, that's going to be a big loss on the Titans, especially since the Colts right tackle is out. If Bud Dupree plays, Bud Dupree can have a field day on whoever the tackle is on the right side. Then you have Caleb Farley, shoulder. He's out. That's big because Caleb Farley is a very talented cornerback. Their rookie coming out of Virginia. Anthony Ferkser. I think he's a talented tight end. Since the departure of Jonnu Smith, I don't think people really think they have a good tight end, but Ferkser is a pretty solid option. And then Derek Robertson, I don't really know much about him, so can't really say much, but having Lewan playing is huge. A.J. Brown, didn't expect him to miss. Didn't expect Derrick Henry to miss. It was just a rest day. Ben Jones playing. So, Titans are looking not too bad on the injuries. Colts, on the other hand, are looking too bad as well. The Colts and the Titans are both starting to get very healthy. The Colts are definitely getting more healthy from week one. They had a rough week 1 and 2 with injuries, so did the Titans. They both struggled, but Titans definitely looking better so far. But some of the Colts players that are out are questionable. Some big is Jordan Glasgow. He's out. Rhodes, and, So the biggest thing is Rhodes coming back versus Julio or Andrew Brown. Zach Pascal playing is huge since we still don't have T.Y. Um, we have Paris Campbell playing, which is amazing. Paris Campbell is a very good deep threat. Without Paris Campbell, we don't really have a real deep threat for teams to watch out for. We don't really have a guy with that kind of speed, so that's huge for him to come back. Julian Blackmon, didn't really expect him to miss. Doyle Fisher was rest. Really happy to see Eric Fisher back. That's huge. Leonard did not practice on Wednesday, but he was a limited participant on Friday. He's been playing hurt. I hope Darius Leonard's fine. If he needs to miss a game down the stretch, I want him to miss a game so he can get himself 100% right. Carey and Nelson did not practice on Friday, but they're both playing. So Quinn Nelson, and then the biggest one, Carson Wentz, questionable. Is Carson Wentz coming back too fast? How is that offensive line going to protect him? Are they going to start showing signs of the offensive line of old? Are they going to be able to protect him? And that's a huge question now, like even more since Carson Wentz is hurt. If he gets hit even more, if he gets hurt a lot, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. You don't want your franchise quarterback that's already hurt to be already getting hit even more than he needs to. And Carson Wentz does have to work on, just taking the sack or throwing it away. I get it. We love the fight. We love that. But he's got to know when the play is over. He's got to know when to live for the next down. So now let's get into the actual predictions of this game. So, from a Colts fan, this game is going to be an extremely tough game. It is also the biggest game yet Yeah, already week 3, and we already have some pretty darn huge games. When you start 0-2, every game is monumental. Every game is monumental, especially the divisional games. Now, the Colts were lucky the first 2 weeks; they were NFC opponents, so they're not down in the AFC race. So that's one plus. But Titans, they lost to an NFC opponent as well. So this is a big game for the conference race and in the division race at the same time. So you have Julio Jones, AJ Brown, Tannehill, Henry, and the Titans offensive line didn't perform amazingly the first 2 weeks, but they're looking. I think they're going to be fine. Eventually, they're going to gel together. Same for the Colts offensive line. The Colts offensive line has been absolutely dreadful the first 2 weeks. So much better week 2 than 1. So you know, we'll see how the Colts offensive line performs versus the Tennessee front. And then you have, like I was talking about, Julio, AJ Brown. Xavier Rhodes is back, but coming back from an injury and having to cover both of those guys. I don't care who you are, whether you were not injured at all, but covering those guys is very difficult. So, and then we have Rock, who will probably be the number 2. Rhodes will probably be the number, or no, Kenny Moore is the number 3 in the slot. So, that's gonna be a big matchup. That's gonna be a tough matchup because then you also have to watch Derrick Henry. You can't just load the box because both of these guys could beat you. Both of these guys could run amazing routes and just catch over whoever. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's Xavier Rhodes. It doesn't matter if it's Rocky Sin. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's Darius Leonard. These 2 receivers could go up and get the ball. Whoever it is, it doesn't matter. So that's one thing you gotta keep in mind. So it's going to be very difficult to stop Henry and stop the receivers at the same time. But also Ryan Tannehill hasn't been amazing the first 2 weeks. He hasn't been amazing, but he has been good. He's been very good. He's been solid. He's getting the job done. So, Titans have definitely shown a lot more than the Colts have the first 2 weeks. And that's the hard truth of it. The Titans are looking much better right now. But, the Colts offensive line, this Colts team is getting more healthy. Carson Wentz should play. And then you have the receivers, who many people thought were going to be an issue. But ironically, it's the offensive line that's the issue. The receivers have not been the issue. The receivers have been fine. The tight ends have been fine. It has been the things that we thought were going to be good this year that have struggled. Defense was solid last week. It still struggled. And the offensive line has struggled. The thing is that we were supposed to count on are not to be counted on right now. But the thing is that we thought weren't going to be good, like the wide receivers, the receivers have really stepped up. Pittman has stepped up. Campbell played good week 1. Zach Pascal has played amazing. So when T.Y. comes back, he's not going to get a lot of playing time, I don't think. So nonetheless, I think this Colts team is in this running back group, and then if this offensive line gets together a little bit, Jeffrey Simmons is a huge playmaker. Do not overlook Jeffrey Simmons. He is one of the best defensive tackles in the league. Yes, he is one of the best defensive tackles in the league. He is up there with Buckner. He is up there with those guys. Don't overlook him. He will stuff the middle himself. He could, and he could rush the quarterback as well. Jeffrey Simmons is an incredible talent. I think we'll be fine. I think Quentin Nelson will be able to hold him. I think Ryan Kelly will be fine. Glow will be fine. I think Fisher will be fine. I think these guys are going to start stepping up. Whoever's going to be in the right tackle, they better step up. They better step up, whether it's Davenport, Pryor, Fries. I don't care who it is. Just step up. Just hold your own, please. Just hold your own. So, huge game. Like I said, the Colts running backs, I think the Colts are going to be able to run fine in this game. Colts tight ends, wide receivers, we talked about them. They're looking solid. Titans tight ends are solid as well, and the Colts linebackers need to step up. Darius Leonard, you've been playing pretty good, but you playing with your injury doesn't make it easier, and it sucks that he's playing with the injury. And then, we have Curry Willis, Julian Blackmon. Safeties did not look good week 1, but week 2, they both bounced back and looked decent. Curry Willis got smoked by Cooper Kupp on a play, but nonetheless, it's going to be a fun game this weekend. It's going to be a fun game, and like I said, this is a huge, huge game already, week 3. If we lose this game, we have a long uphill battle to fight. If we win this game, we're making it a little, not a lot, a little easier on us down the stretch of the season. But we need to win this game now. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know your guys' prediction. So my prediction is I have the gut feeling. I'm gonna take my Colts in this one. I haven't taken the Colts in the first 2 weeks. I have not. So I think I have a gut feeling. I have a gut feeling that this team is gonna find a way this week. I think John Taylor's gonna have a good game. Mac, Hines. I think the receivers are gonna be fine because the Titans secondary is not very good. Titans linebackers outside of Jam Brown are not amazing. Titans safeties and Bayard, and I know they have another one, but I don't know if Bayard is still it. Bayard was still solid last year, but nonetheless. And then outside of Jeffrey Simmons, if Bud Dupree doesn't play, this offense may have their way with that defense. And then I think our defense maybe will get a stop or 2 or 3. That'll be the difference in the game. That's honestly, I think the Colts could do it, and I think they will. I think this week they're gonna get on track. It's tough. We have not had a great start, but the Titans, doesn't mean the Titans can't blow us out. The Titans can. It's the honest truth. The Titans could really beat us, obviously, and they most likely will. But at the end of the day, I think the Colts are a better team right now. See, I'm going back and forth because it's rough. It's rough. Like I don't think the Colts are a much better team, but like it's just a tough game. It's a typical division matchup, huge matchup. So let me know what you guys think. My score prediction is gonna be let's go let's go 31-20-22. No, 31-23 Colts. I think it's going to be a fun game. I think it's going to be a very good game. So let me know your score predictions. Let me know your thoughts on this game. And I thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show where every fan is welcome. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you.